Yo, what up, y'all? So this video is about medicine, virology, pharmaceutical stuff, how the system indoctrinated y'all and things of that nature. So when it comes to, you know, healing and medicine, we should know that the system is corrupted and they only care about money. So there is no such thing as healing patients because there is no money in healing patients to a certain degree. They will fix certain things, things like surgery is, necessary and good. But when it comes to certain things like vaccines and pills, those things do not work at all. And sometimes they'll have a placebo effect based on how they want to get away with things and not let the people know that these things cause sickness and autism and things of that nature. So there has to be a balance of so people won't know and catch on to what's going on. So everything is orchestrated by the system. Everything is down to the detail at the best way they can do it based on the evolution of awareness of society. So as of right now, society's mental awareness is potato level, and they don't understand what's going on because they're just too focused on their desires, their jobs, and they don't put time to reflect on the deeper meaning of life and what's going on. So these individuals are just stuck in materialism, and they don't care about the collective. They only care about what they got going on within their bubble. And that's what's holding us back as a society to understand ourselves better. Spiritually talking. So when it comes to, how this land got invaded and indoctrinated by religion and science and all these mental concepts, you need to understand there was already a spiritual system here with the natives, and we already had the understanding of the life and how things needs to be. When we got invaded, that's when everything went downhill, and we got limited with the knowing of ourselves. So we do not know what God truly is. We do not know why we're here. We just follow the science, and even then that has plot holes and it's just theories in general. It's going to make sense based on universal law because they got their information based on the natives and the spirituality meaning of everything, the spiritual essence of everything. So if you start believing these indoctrinations, this is how your subconscious mind starts to build. You will start believing and feeling these things like as if they're real. And that's the limitation that you brought yourself upon. So if you believe vaccines will help, or then that's like you're building yourself to that vibrational feeling and state to make yourself feel like you're right. And this goes with also how I'm saying they're implementing fake shots and real shots that are poisonous. So there can be two sides of the coin where people will think like, this is just a theory, but this is what makes sense right now. Where people will think, oh, the shots didn't do anything to me, so it must work and I feel fine. When in actuality, your shot has no poison in it. It was just a placebo effect. While there are shots out there that they are rolling out, which are poisonous to, make people sick and get money out of it based on the hospitals, them going to the hospitals and things of that nature. So if I was a system, this is how I would think. So I will confuse both sides of, the people and shit, how people think. So if you think a virus is real and you make yourself that weak, you're weak as a spiritual race, as a human. You are already weak. You're not building, you're not trying to evolve, you're not trying to expand your awareness. You need help from an external source without doing it yourself. You're supposed to find out these things and stop depending on a system that's obviously corrupted. And even if it deems that you think is helping you, which is not really helping you, you're just lost in their system. You're making it about yourself and you're being narcissistic about it, which has nothing to do with the collective. And you're not intelligent, period. So you need to understand that you are a weak spiritual race just by believing certain things without finding out yourself. So now let's get to the seasons. When we go through the seasons, spring, summer, fall, and winter. Spring and summer. Spring is the beginning of something. Everything starts to bloom and grow. Summer is a peak of that growth, when we experience and flourish the flood, the inner feeling of summer. When we go through fall, that's when things start to fall and deteriorate and collapse. This is where our bodies have to go through changes and sickness, which is not really sickness, it's just undergoing through change, but it plays out through being sick, especially if you're not eating healthy and taking care of yourself. You're gonna get even more sick. And winter will be, a state of, putting things to death and transforming. As, we have to let go of things spiritual wise, old ways of doing things, and just transforming our character. And then we go through spring again. See, we're doing this subconsciously, whether you realize it or not. Fall and winter is the coldest part of the year. We have to go through these changes within our body, and it's not really called sickness. It's just the experience that we have to go through. And this has nothing to do with viruses or diseases or things like that. The diseases come from people's lack of discipline and shadow work that they have to go through. So if you like to consume a lot of bullshit food, if you like to drink a lot of garbage, you're here for a good time, not a long time, then keep your biases to yourself, because you're just stupid and retarded, and you're not helping nobody but yourself. And you're a detriment to everybody else who knows a higher truth than you. And I'm not trying to be arrogant or disrespectful, but people don't want to listen. So we have to go through these changes. And just you, by believing that may not be true, if you think that's pseudo, then that's you manifesting that you're already indoctrinated. So you are already in that mental frequency and that emotional vibration of being in that certain space that you need help from a system, and you think that's already is to it, when it goes a lot deeper than that. So if you don't know about spirituality and you think you know it all, then you have to stay out of spirituality, because you're not aware on that level. So when it comes to, these experiences that we have to go through, fall and winter, we have no choice but to feel the drop of temperature within our body. We have to, if we feel it in our mind first. It starts as a, headache, migraines, flu, cold, whatever. But it's not really that. It's just the change, the change of temperature that we have to go through as spirits. Once you feel that in the mind, the headaches and the migraines of the cold, your body follows. It starts getting sick, which is not really sick. It's just we're detaching from certain things subconsciously and going through these changes. And this is what growth is. This is what expanding is. This is what, evolution is. We have to go through these things. So the more you take care of yourself, the less you will get sick, or not sick at all. I haven't been sick since ever. I never took that bullshit, if you know what I mean. Never put nothing in my body. All I do is, eat fruits, take my CMOs, exercise, meditate. And that's all you have to do. And believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, then you're going to manifest that energetic vibration of being weak and being a weak spiritual race. That's that simple. And if you think that's pseudo, then that's your downfall. And you're holding us back as a society. So a lot of people have a lot of shadow work to do, and a lot of realization, reflecting to do when it comes to, what they know and how they absorb information. And you have to start questioning these things. You have to go beyond and understand why there's conflict, why there's so many information out there, why people think like this, and why other people think differently. You have to understand, you have to be on top of the game. You just can't be not participating, because you're not helping at all. You're not helping the cause. You're not making the world a better place. You're just there, helping a corrupted system. Just by doing nothing, that's exactly what they want you to do. Nothing. Because they're already doing everything for you. And, how are we going to evolve and expand if people are just stuck in their ways, being lazy and narcissistic about what they think they know to be true? Like I said, it goes deeper than that. So all you really need is the fruits of nature, natural, not tempered. Even if it's tempered with, it's better than nothing. But the more you go out there and find the real fruits that are not tempered with, medicine, nature, fruits, soursop, mangoes, black seed oil, turmeric, ginger, all of those things. You just have to learn how to research and, tap into holistic healing. So, oh yeah, I forgot to say, fasting is important. Fasting is like, you need a fast so you can get rid of out of all of those toxins in your body, whatever you're consuming. Even if it's toxins of, just being indoctrinated and programmed, that's even, that's even more important, because it starts subconsciously. If your subconscious mind is not healthy, you will be prone to not being healthy physically. So you need to know what spiritual space you're in, and try to tap into different type of information and knowledge that can help you and others. But I was trying to think about something else to say, but I'm not picking it up right now. But yeah, you just need to know we go through this every year. The seasons change. Our body has to change. It's not gonna stay. Our body's not gonna stay the same throughout. Our body temperature is not gonna stay the same throughout the whole year. It's gonna change. Especially if you're eating bullshit, it's gonna be, you're building mucus and it's like stagnating your growth. It's stagnating your spiritual expansion and how you go through the experience of life. So you're building in sickness, and that's how you are as a spirit. You're stagnated. You're not trying to grow. You're too much stuck in your desires. However you experience life, not that there's wrong with desires, but people get lost in those desires. So that's all you need to know. That's all you have to realize. But I'm going to leave it at that. Peace.